The 1950s, a decade often remembered for its rock and roll, soda fountains, and seemingly carefree lifestyle. But beneath this nostalgic veneer lay a darker reality known as the Lavender Scare. In the aftermath of World War II, as the Cold War took hold, a wave of paranoia swept across America. Senator Joseph McCarthy's claims of communist infiltration in the government sparked a witch hunt, but it didn't stop there. The hunt soon expanded to target gay federal workers in what became known as the Lavender Scare. At the forefront of this campaign were McCarthy, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, and lawyer Roy Cohn. They labeled gay individuals as security risks, claiming they had peculiar mental twists that made them untrustworthy. This rhetoric blended seamlessly with the Red Scare, painting homosexuals as potential communist subversives. In 1953, President Eisenhower signed Executive Order 10,450. This order added sexual perversion to the list of reasons for dismissing federal employees. Officials used vague terms like moral weaklings and sexual misfits to describe those they targeted, avoiding direct references to homosexuality. The impact of this order was profound. Approximately 5,000 people lost their federal jobs, but the effects reached far beyond Washington, D.C., spreading fear and discrimination across the nation. For the LGBTQ+ community, the consequences were severe. Careers were ruined, lives were thrown into chaos, and many chose to hide their identities, abandoning their search for community and companionship. Behind the scenes, congressional investigations were fueling the fire. The Wary Hill and Hoey committees led the charge against gay government employees. These committees produced reports calling for the removal of undesirables from government service, pushing the idea that gay people were security risks. Senator Kenneth Wary famously stated, "Only the most naive could believe that the communist fifth column in the United States would neglect to propagate and use homosexuals to gain their treacherous ends." This sentiment spread beyond Congress, influencing opinions across the country and cementing discrimination into federal policy. However, not everyone accepted this persecution quietly. Frank Kameny, fired from his government job in 1957, fought back. He took his case to court, framing it as a civil rights battle. Kameny picketed the White House and made headlines for LGBTQ+ rights. Organizations like the Mattachine Society joined the fight, holding meetings and protests despite the risks. While Kameny ultimately lost his Supreme Court case, his efforts paved the way for future battles. By 1975, policies against LGBTQ+ federal workers began to loosen. But the effects of the Lavender Scare didn't disappear overnight. The struggle for LGBTQ+ rights continued, with advocates pushing for inclusion and equality. Today, we've made significant progress, but the legacy of the Lavender Scare serves as a reminder to remain vigilant. It's a part of our history that demonstrates the importance of fighting for acceptance, even as times change. The Lavender Scare was more than just a footnote in 1950s history. It shaped lives and reminds us how fear can lead to injustice. But it also shows how individuals can stand up and fight for what's right, even when the odds are stacked against them. As we reflect on this period, let's remember both the struggles and the victories and continue to push for a world where everyone is accepted for who they are.